Today, we're diving into something pretty amazing. It's a blueprint for teaching kids about something we all take for granted, the water that comes out of our taps. And it turns that simple act into a huge lesson in science, engineering, and honestly, just being a good steward of our planet.
Imagine asking a kid this: what if you turned on the tap and nothing came out? It's such a simple question, right? But it's also incredibly powerful. It's the very first thing they ask in this workshop, and boom, right away, it reframes water. It's not just a given. It's this precious thing that relies on a massive system most of us never even think about.
And that's really the big challenge, isn't it? We're talking about this giant, invisible world of pipes and pumps and treatment plants. It's a total modern marvel. But how on earth do you make that exciting for a kid? Well, the answer isn't some boring lecture. It's an adventure. The way this workshop is set up is just brilliant. It's all packed into 4 hours. But here's the key. It doesn't start with facts and figures. It starts with sparking a real sense of wonder.
This is so important. You know, before you can teach someone how something works, you have to make them care why it matters. The whole point of the first half hour is to get the students invested, to make them actually want to know where their water comes from.
So, how do they pull it off? It's this really smart 4-part sequence. First, just a simple conversation about how we use water every day. Then, they hit them with those thought-provoking questions. After that, the kids break into groups to talk about what they've seen or thought about. And finally, they watch a short video that ties it all together emotionally. By the end of it, they're hooked.
Okay, so once everyone's curious and ready to learn, it's time for the big reveal. The next phase is all about taking that hidden complex system and pulling back the curtain.
The whole story starts with an image just like this one. It's pure, it's natural, it looks so simple. This is where the journey begins, long before a single pipe is involved.
And then, you see this. The contrast is just incredible, right? You go from that peaceful, natural source to this intricate web of human engineering. The whole idea here is to build a real appreciation for the sheer amount of science and work that goes into a simple glass of water. To make sense of it all, they break it down into easy-to-digest pieces. The students learn about the natural water cycle. Then, they dive into how we purify it, and even the energy it takes to move all that water around. And to make sure it's not just abstract stuff, they use real-world examples, like the local Sasky treatment plant in Sakarya. It makes it all feel so much more real.
Now we're getting to my favorite part of this whole thing. This is where all that new knowledge gets put into action, literally.
That's right. All the information they just soaked up isn't for some pop quiz. It's a toolkit. The absolute high point of the workshop is when they stop listening and start building. They become engineers.
And the tool they use? It's just perfect. Lego robotics. I mean, come on. It's the ultimate mix of playing and learning. It lets them take all these big, abstract ideas about water treatment and turn them into actual physical working models.
And this isn't just random building. They follow a real-deal engineering cycle. First, they have to plan out their design. Then, they build it. After that, and this is so cool, they use simple coding to program their models to make the pumps actually work and the filters move. And finally, they test it, see what breaks, and figure out how to make it better. They're not just learning about science, they're learning how to solve problems.
So you've got 4 hours of curiosity, discovery, and building. What's the end result? I mean, what does success actually look like here?
Well, the way they measure success is just as creative as the workshop. This isn't about memorizing facts for a test. Teachers actually have a rubric they use to look at everything, from how accurate the Lego models are, to how well the kids work together as a team, and even how clearly they presented their final project. You get a whole picture of what they learned.
And get this, they do all of this from start to finish in just 4 hours. 4! Think about that. An entire journey from, I wonder where water comes from, to, I just built a working model of it? That's just incredible design.
One of the most amazing results they reported was 100% active participation. Every single kid was totally engaged. And of course they were, because they weren't just being lectured at, they were a critical part of the whole discovery process.
And the skills these kids walk away with, it's huge. We're talking more than 10 different skills being developed here. Everything from scientific thinking and using technology, all the way to those super important soft skills like teamwork, communication, and creative problem solving.
At the end of the day, it really all boils down to this one powerful idea. This whole workshop isn't just about pipes and pumps. It's about creating a generation of people who are aware, who are responsible. By making this invisible journey visible, it makes sure that the next time these kids turn on a tap, they'll understand the marvel behind it and just how important it is to protect it.